Jim, Vicki, Ron, and Norma decided to vacation together in Mexico in November 2008, taking advantage of the long Thanksgiving holiday. Flying over Cancun, we were able to see the hotel zone. We would be staying at the Vista Del Mar in Akumal, about an hour's drive south of Cancun. Our rooms were next to each other and right on the beach at Half Moon Bay. We all donned snorkeling gear and set out to swim with the wide variety of fish at Yalku Lagoon, just a few miles from our hotel. With the warm water and the huge number of fish, we had a wonderful afternoon. One of our favorite restaurants was just a few feet from our door. Vicki's favorite meal here is shrimp tacos. The tables are directly on the beach, so the setting is fun. The bar outside has swings for seats and an interesting decor with the Day of the Dead theme. Looking at the restaurant from the level above our rooms, you can see that there are treetop tables as well as those on the beach. This aerial view of Akumal shows the local town in the middle, the main bay on the left with resorts around it, and Half Moon Bay, the second from the right. Yalku is just to the right of Half Moon Bay. We spent one day driving up to Cancun, enjoying beaches close to the city, and wandering around in the hotel zone. The weather changed as a storm was threatening. We had a great time with our yard of margaritas. We spent the next day at Chacrette, an eco park that was tremendous fun. Parrots and macaws have unique markings on their faces, similar to human thumbprints, as no two are alike. Iguanas roam free in Mexico. One of Chacrette's unique features is its underground rivers. You don't need fins or snorkels because you can just lie down and let the river's current propel you. There are 2 rivers here, each a mile long, but we only explored one of them this day. Underground is really a misnomer because you're truly in darkness only for very short distances. The Yucatan Peninsula is crisscrossed with many underground rivers. Where the surface of the earth sinks down, access to the water below becomes available. These areas are called cenotes and are favorite swimming spots. You can also get down into the caves underground and go diving or snorkeling. Here in the park, most of the river is on the surface now, so it's great to float down it. Several pools in Chacrette have access to the Caribbean and consequently are filled with fish. After our float, we decided to snorkel for a while. We ate dinner in the park and were treated to an equestrian show. On the way to Coba, we stopped to watch some local artisans and to view some of their finished products which were for sale. This is the Pocatot court. The game was played by hitting a small rubber ball with elbows, knees, or hips through a stone ring high up a sloped wall. Players were sometimes known to throw themselves to the ground in order to hit the ball properly. Legends say that the winning captain would present his head to the losing captain, who then decapitates him. While this may seem a strange reward, the Mayans believed this to be the ultimate honor, the winning captain getting a direct ticket to heaven instead of going through the 13 steps that the Mayans believed they had to go through in order to reach heaven. Several vases and other artifacts have been found that picture captives playing the game. These vanquished warriors were most likely captured in battle with neighboring Maya cities. These doomed individuals were then sent into the ball carts for their final combat as gladiators. The Mayan ruins at Coba are unique in that they have been barely restored, merely cleared. Only a few of its estimated 6,500 structures have been uncovered, but the ones that have been are graceful and impressive. On these quiet and peaceful grounds, it's hard to imagine that Coba may have once had the largest population of all the ancient Mayan cities. There were an estimated 100,000 people living here during the 600 to 900 AD period. Nohak Mole Pyramid is the tallest in the Yucatan at over 126 feet. Climbing the 120 stairs to the top of the Grand Pyramid at Coba is supposed to be well worth the effort, as you can see over the jungle canopy for miles, unexcavated temple mounds peeking above the trees. Vicky and Norma didn't make it to the top, but they at least climbed up the steep, uneven steps about a third of the way. There were 2 eagles on top of this building. There's always shopping that you can do outside any archaeological site. Mayan flyers performed at the entrance to Tulum. Hola. Tulum is probably one of the most beautiful of the Mayan ruins, as it sits on a hill directly over the Caribbean Sea. Tulum was an important coastal port that linked land and sea trade on the trading circuit from central Mexico to Honduras. Many bathers were enticed by the turquoise waters of the Caribbean here at Tulum. Sunrise outside our door at Akumal was always beautiful. Lol Ha restaurant on Akumal Bay became a favorite for breakfast. We decided to snorkel at Akumal Bay, and we were delighted to finally see some giant sea turtles who like to swim in the bays by Akumal. Back in front of our rooms, we relaxed a while and then went snorkeling right there in Half Moon Bay. Here we saw fewer fish and much more coral. Evening on Half Moon Bay. Because we thoroughly enjoyed Chacrette, we decided to return another day. This morning, we floated down the second underground river as we wanted to experience both. We're a bit waterlogged. Ron and Norma decided to take a boat to the reef to dive. Jim and Vicky chose to visit Chacrette's aquarium. After the aquarium, Jim and Vicky searched out a place to snorkel at Chacrette. Thoroughly tired, we wandered through the zoo area and laughed at the monkeys. Stopping for a refreshing beverage, we heard local musicians play The Bottles. Next, dancers came in to entertain us. This is the gift shop at Chacret. But are those trees growing down from the ceiling? Our last night together was spent again at La Buena Vida. We were all sorry to end the evening as we had had such a good time together. We are already making plans to do this again. Jim is waiting at the Cancun airport in anticipation of the flight to Mexico City and then home. Ron and Norma had several days left of their vacation, and they chose to stay on in Akumal. They took the ferry from Playa del Carmen to the island of Cozumel, a place that they had visited before and truly enjoyed. They discovered a new eco-park, Cantunchi. Ron is about to descend into an underground cave, part of the system of underground rivers throughout the Yucatan Peninsula. This ladder leads one down to the cenote, formed from a sinkhole above the surface of the underground river. It's a bit uncomfortable climbing down a ladder through a narrow hole to the water beneath. The iguanas certainly don't seem to be afraid of people. Ron and Norma rented motor scooters to explore for the day. Flamenco dancers entertained them. This is a street in a typical Mayan village. A thatched roof on top of the building. Look at the iguana resting on it. This is a local school. The children all wear uniforms in Mexico. This is the actual entrance to Akumal. The local police station on the road to our hotel. Road work in Mexico is very labor-intensive. Ron is resting in his room. Notice the lovely wall color. Across the road from La Buena Vida, one of our favorite restaurants, more shopping. It's finally time for even Ron and Norma to return to the States. It's been an incredibly fun trip, and Mexico calls for the four of us to return.